o'clock. Okay, so today I'm going to go over the marketing functionality of Command. This is really a great and easy tool to use just to get your Facebook ads out there, Instagram ads, Twitter, so you can generate leads. And then I will show you how our Command email is kind of set up. We'll dabble into that just so we can see what's going on. All right. Alrighty, so right here is Command. I'm just gonna move y'all out of the way. Okay. All right, so the biggest tools you're gonna use is campaigns, and then you can also use designs to create your images for your social media if you'd like. But the biggest thing we're gonna deal with today is campaigns. So as you come in here, this is your campaigns dashboard. It'll let you know how much money you've spent, and you can filter this on your spend, how many leads you get, how many campaigns, and how much engagement you've done. It's been a while since I've posted anything, so that's why there's nothing there. And then if you put your goals into your reports, it'll let you know if you are on target for your leads for the year. And then over here, you'll see all your accounts. If you don't have everything set up, you can click on manage, which will take you to the settings. But you'll first need to go into settings and set up your Facebook account or whatever account you're connecting. You will have to use your personal account, Facebook account, and then it will connect to your business page. If you don't have a business page, you need to get one. And it throws people off, but you do have to connect with your personal first, just because that's the hub for your business page, but nothing will come from your personal page. You'll choose your business page later. And then there's just different settings you can, or different cute little things you can use here, just quick posts. It's got pre-filled text for you and pictures. So that is something nice to use if you're in a pinch, but you want to get something out there. And then there is also training here at the bottom. So always feel that you should optimize as much training as you can. This thing is ever changing and evolving, so you can never know everything all at once. So the one we're going to focus on today is paid ads. Here is where you're going to post those ads that are like the sponsored ads that you would see on Facebook. That's where those are here. You can do this on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's up to you if you want to do all of them or just one of them, whatever you're most comfortable with. So this is the paid ads dashboard. It'll let you know how many campaigns you've done in the last 30 days, how many impressions, leads captured, and money spent within that time frame. So if you scroll down here, you can kind of see I've got 2 that are completed and 2 drafts. The duration is pretty straightforward. That's how long it's going to go, and then the date range. This row is impressions. Impressions are how many people are seeing it on their news feed. So as you scroll and you see ads on your Facebook, that is considered an impression. Click is if they've clicked on it, and then these are your leads. So if you have, so you'll have a lead generation form that they will fill out. They'll put their name, their phone number, their email, and then they will click submit. And then it will give them a link that you set up afterwards, after they submit that information, so they can go to, if you're doing it for a listing, or they can go to a specific website afterwards. And then this is your total spent. So your budget is here at the bottom, and then total spend is at the top. If for some reason you would not spend your entire budget, you can go up here to payments and see where those credits lie. And so if you only spent 20 of the 30, that $10 will go into a credit and it'll apply to your next ad. So we'll just come up to here to click create a new campaign. And then you can choose your type. For this one, it's going to be social ad paid. Let me go back one step. Social post is just like a regular post on your business page. So I get a lot of question of what's the difference from a boosted post and a social ad paid ad. because you do have to, most of the time you pay for boosted posts. So the difference is, which would be the same as somewhat the same as a social post. A boosted post, you do pay for it, but it's only boosting it to the top of the news feed of people that follow your business page. So Facebook has an algorithm of, depending on how much you interact with a page or a person's Facebook account, it shows you their information, their stuff more, their content. So if you are constantly, liking and commenting on certain people's posts, then you're more likely to see those posts. But when you boost a post, you're paying Facebook to put that at the top of that algorithm. So that is a boosted post but you are only seeing people seeing it are the people that follow you. A social paid ad is like a sponsored ad that you can target groups of people that are not following your page. So the whole point of this is to grow those leads and grow that client database. So I'm going to choose the social ad, and then you need to name your campaign. This is required. It won't let you go the next step without it. So I'm just going to put tests in here. And then what is your goal? You want to advertise a listing, multiple listings, attract talent, whichever one that you want to do. So I'm going to say attract buyers. And then where do you want to run your campaign? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can do all three. You can do two, or you can just do one. For today, I'm just going to do Facebook since that's the mostly used platform, I feel like. But definitely Instagram is a close second, sometimes first, just depending on who you're talking to. I haven't really seen Twitter, but I'll be honest, I don't use Twitter at all. So I can't tell you what a paid ad looks like there. But so you're going to click set up campaign. And then here is your little screen. So if you are promoting a listing or attracting buyers, you will be able to select from a listing in the KWLS. So we're just going to click add a listing. And if you notice it says no records found, it's because it's filtering for only my listings. So typically, if you were an agent, this would be where you would go. But because I'm not an agent, I don't have any listings. So I'm going to change this to all listings. If for some reason yours wouldn't be working, or so let me see if I can find one that's got decent pictures. We'll do this one. And I'm just using this for the sake of the class. I'm not actually going to post it. So what happens is you pull in that information from the KWLS, which again talks to all of these different MLSs and pulls all that information in. So as you can see, the default picture from the MLS has pulled in, and then it's also pre-filled information from the MLS listing. So it's going to give you some of that information. That's up to you if you want to keep it there or change it. Everything is completely customizable along with the pictures. So just a little precursor, work different wording, different pictures, whether it's interior, exterior, and just see what you get the most leads from. Unfortunately, there is not a clear-cut, cookie-cutter way of posting X, Y, and Z and getting a bunch of leads. It depends on the area, the property value, the photos, what's in the, it could be any reason. So you just kind of have to play the get the change it up game. And I actually started a spreadsheet of everything that I post, so I can see everything and see what gets the most leads and see if I can see a trending habit. I don't know if I really have a lot of the information other than just not putting too much detail in these ads, because you don't want to give somebody a reason not to click on it. This is meant to be a tease, essentially, to gear people in for more information. Thus, they give you their information, and you can generate leads off of this. Even if they're not buying that house, that's potentially a new client that you could help buy another house. So And you also have to be mindful of the Facebook ad rules. There are a laundry list of guidelines that they make you follow, and they do filter your ads before they allow you to post them. So we'll get into that a little bit more later. And then I recommend you Google terms and conditions of Facebook ads just to get that full list. So let me see here. So updated formal model. Home with everything new. Okay, so this is pretty good. I would probably get rid of that. This is good information. You want to keep it short. You don't want a whole lot just because this main copy is up here. I may even knock it down to a model home with everything on your wish list. And down here in the corner, there are emojis, so feel free to use them. You would think adults would be out bigger than emojis, but they're not. So feel free to use them. And then your headline is right down here. So typically they tell you to put the call to action in the description, but I like to put it in the headline because one, it is bold, and two, you don't always see the description portion of the ad. So I like to put everything in the headline. So one, I know they're going to see it, and two, it's the boldest lettering. It's the most prominent wording on there because it's also the biggest. So I'm going to put click learn more to schedule your private viewing showing today. And it might help if I can spell. So again, that populates over here. In this button right here that says learn more, that is what I'm telling them to click on. It's not live right now, but when it is posted on Facebook, it will be live. And when they click on that, that's when the lead generation form pops up. They fill it out, they click submit, and then they'll get a link so they can view this property. So again, over here on the side, this is just what it will look like if you're looking at the ad. So it gives you a preview so you can see if does it look right, does it look wonky, and then you can also change this so it's the mobile version as well. So it's pretty much the same, it just shrinks it down a little bit. So we've done that, and then in the description you can, which is right down here, you can put whatever you want. You know, you can put hashtags in there, you can put whatever your heart desires. Again, I just don't like to be too descriptive on the home. Again, I don't want them to turn away from it. But in retrospect, there is something for everyone that could turn them away. So don't get too wrapped up in being like secretive. Just go with what your gut feels like. This is a good, simple post because nobody wants to read a bunch. They're more intrigued by pictures, by emojis, by simple text, but also catchy text. So next, so we completed the text portion. I'll just click on this real quick. So the main copy, the headline, the description, and you do have to fill out all three. It is required, as you see on the red asterisk. Then you're going to save ad text, and then we're going to go to media. It does automatically show the media as complete because it defaults this picture, but you can either add more or you can click on these three dots and delete this image. So we'll do that just for purposes of adding more. So you can only click one at a time. And so I'm going to click on that and I'm going to do preview and crop. So anything in this gray area, as you can see above and below the blue lines, that is what's going to be cropped out of the image. There are different settings, but you have to essentially do one of these. You can't free crop these. So wide is going to be the best. And then you can move this up and down. You just click and hold it to move it up and down however you like it. So I'm going to do that and save image. And then I want to add more. So when you add more photos, it's going to just carousel the photos in the ad. So these are some really pretty interior pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and use them. I'm like super picky when it comes to the interior photos. Like it's got to be like banging. I know that's not the right word to say, but they got to be really good in order for me to add them. And then you can add as many as you want or as little as you want. If you just want one, that's fine. If not, that's cool too. Oh, I kind of like this one too. Like there was one that I did for the ALC at Capital Partners, and I know this sounds crazy, but it was a stairwell picture, but it looked like it was out of like a fancy home. It was so pretty. So I went ahead and put it in there. It got some leads, so we'll take it. But anyway, so we have 3 photos there, and as you can see, it just kind of carousels back and forth of the photos. You could also do another step up and put separate ads with separate pictures just to see what gains more. What gains more leads. So then we've liked our photos. You want to make sure you have your logo. It's up to you whether you want it in the left, bottom left or right corner. So I'm going to do left, and I'll just show you what happens. And it'll go on every photo. As you can see, it's right there in the corner of each photo. And if you think it looks better on the right-hand side, absolutely you can. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you make sure your logo has a transparent background. If you need that, let me know and I can send them to you for either Market Center. I have both. So that is there. If you need to upload it, you can. If it's mine's already auto-populated there, but if it's not, you can, or if you don't like this one, you can hit this X and then it'll give you an upload option to upload. And then if you would have an ownership statement, you can include it there, but that's up to you. It's not required. So then you just, when you like your photos, everything looks good, you're going to do save ad media. Then the next one is the Facebook ad option. So here is where you go from your personal page to your business page. So any business page that you are associated with is going to pop up here. So as you can see, this is my personal Facebook account. And then when I click on here, you can choose whichever one. So we can do Cap Partners, we can do Excel, whichever. So I'll do Excel today since I'm here. And then as you can see up here, it changed. I don't know if you could see it before. I don't think it'll let me go back. But here, I'll change it to my racing page just so you can see the difference. It will change. It'll change to the profile picture of that Facebook account, and then it'll put your business name there. So I'll change that back. So as you can see, again, KW, and then it says Keller Williams Excel Realty. And then it says sponsored. So once you have that set up, so that's again under Facebook ad, the number 1, your account. If you would have multiple accounts linked, you can filter through the account and then you choose your page, and then destination. So this is where you would get that lead generation form. So if you only use a site or landing page, you cannot generate any leads from. So if you're just posting, you don't want any leads, you don't want to grow your database for whatever reason, you can use this. But if you want people to fill that form out in order to get the information and for you to gain leads, you need to use the Facebook lead gen form. So you just click the button over here, and then that call to action button is there. There is only learn more, sign up, or apply now. So learn more it is. And then that follow-up destination URL, or you can choose a landing page. So once they fill out that lead gen form, this is where a link will become available and they will be able to go there. So let me, 198 Karen Avenue. So what I like to do is go to my actual agent website, which I created one, and put in this property, if it'll let me. I'm doing 2 things here. 1, when I reroute them, they're going to my website. And 2, I am ensuring that I'm giving them the right URL code. So Command does check to make sure that the URL code is active and working, and I'll show you that in just a second. But the plus side to going and using it from your website is, again, you're taking them straight to your website, not just some random. You're not going to Zillow. You're not going to just a KW website. It's your website. So if they would fill out like the contact information, that's again another way to lead gen that information. So we're back here in Command under the Facebook ad, and we're scrolling down to the follow-up destination URL. So this HTTPS automatically comes in here, but you're going to have to delete that first before putting your website address in there. And as you can see, it searched for a second, it's got a green check mark. That means that this is a working URL code. Or if you have created a landing page for this property on your website, you can use that as well. So we've got that in there. So when they submit the lead gen form again, it'll direct them to this website. So number 3 here is ad targeting. So you can target people based on what they're searching. So when you go on your app on Amazon on your phone and you're looking at Christmas lights and a Christmas tree, and then I know it's early, but we're just using that. And then you go onto Facebook and there's all kinds of posts about Christmas lights and Christmas trees. What Facebook does is create another algorithm that is pulling information from all the apps that you search, all the websites that you visit that is linked to Facebook, and they're pushing you content that they think you want to see. So if you're searching Christmas stuff on Walmart, if you're searching Christmas stuff on Amazon, if you're searching Christmas stuff at Target, you're going to see it on your Facebook because they're pushing that content because they know you've searched it. So this is the exact same thing we're doing here, is we're putting in keywords or websites that people are searching and looking on. And if they're within that 20-mile radius of Worthington and they're using those keywords, your ad is going to be targeted to them. So they are more likely to see it. So in order to do that, you need to turn on these custom settings. You can either target just your database or you can target a custom audience. The custom audience is what we're going to use for that. So you'll put your location in, which you want the location of the property if you're doing a listing, or if you're trying to grow your team, you're going to put in the location of wherever your office is, and then you're going to set the radius. It's up to you where you want to put it. The default is always set at 20. Again, you can change that higher or lower. Then come down here to expert targeting, and you're going to click add or change interests. And then you can put whatever you want. You can put Zillow, you can search all kinds of stuff. I won't go through everything, or if you want to just search the entire list, I just don't put anything in here and you click on interests. And then there's a whole slew of things that you can, go through. So once you have all of the ones you want, you can click save selection, and those are now additional interests. So as you can see here, the estimated audience just for Zillow is 34 million people. Yes, I was making sure I can read correctly. Obviously, you're not going to reach all 34 million people, but anyone within a 20-mile radius that searched Zillow from Worthington is going to see your ad. So once you have everything there, you're going to save your Facebook ad, and then you're going to go to duration and budget. So they recommend 10-day campaigns with a budget of $1 per day, which makes it a $30 or $1 per channel per day. There's 3 channels. So that would make it a $30 budget. It's up to you what you set the budget at, how many days and how much. I've typically done them for 7 days, but if you want to do 10 days or if you only want to do 2 days, that's fine. Just note that it has to be the next day is the first day that's allowed. So as you can see, today's the 10th, but the first date allowed is the 11th because you have to give Facebook time to approve your ad before you can post it. So we'll say the 10 days are fine. If you are doing shorter than 10 days, I always recommend that if you have a campaign that it falls through the weekend, just because you have higher traffic on Facebook on the weekends versus the week. But you can't do a time posting, but you can choose the date. Time is not an option, just because for approval reasons, I don't think they can fine tune that much. So we're going to do 10 days. We're going to allow $30. So I'm spending $30 for 10 days. And you're going to do save duration and budget. And then once you like this, you're going to click publish campaign. You're going to choose your card. If you need to add one, you'll be able to, and then you'll click create campaign. And then once you do that, it will come back into this screen. It'll say pending review here. And then once it approved, it'll say approved. And then once it is live, it'll say active right in here. And then again, once it's done, it'll say completed. You can click on the leads right here, and this will take you to contacts and filter just those leads. It is not working right now. I'll try it just for the sake of fun, but it will, yeah, see, still not working. Happy joy, but that is something they are working on. It has been escalated, so hopefully we'll have a resolution soon for that. But in a perfect world, when it is working correctly, you can click on that. So by doing this, I know we've spent a good 27 minutes going over that, but doing this gives you so many more leads. And so like I spent $3 on 10 people. $3 on 10 people. I don't think Zillow can give you that money. Not saying that those are all ready to buy a house right now, but you can put those in your database and nurture them. And then when it comes time for them to buy a house or sell a house, hopefully they're your #1 pick. So this is just an easy way to get a bigger database, and you don't have to spend a fortune to do it. There are some agents that I've seen teach classes that spend hundreds of dollars on their campaigns, and that's fine. If you have the budget for it and you want to, you know, reach that much more people, then do it. But you don't have to have a lined pocket in order to generate more leads. So this is the #1 way to do that. And once you set it, and once those leads come in, they generate automatically. Their contact information goes straight into contacts for you. You don't have to add anything. You don't have to change anything. You can tag them however you want to, but they come straight into command. And if you have the Kelly app on your phone, you'll get a notification every time a lead comes in, just like you would up here. It's, you know, that way you know, and you can turn around quickly and contact them, reach out to them. Hey, I saw you, you know, clicked on this ad. I'd love to talk with you more about the property if you're interested. Do an initial text message or add them to a smart plan right after that's specific to that property maybe. That way you're getting in contact with them. But from experiences I've heard from other agents, a text message comes off or an email comes off a little less creepy than a phone call. Just because you click and see so much content on Facebook, it might be a little alarming or sound kind of Big Brother-ish if you call them like, hey, you clicked on my ad. So just a soft approach seems to be the better. But you can also do emails in here as well. This is a newer-ish feature, I should say newer, updated feature. Before there was kind of lackluster templates, but now there seem to be a lot better. This one I failed on purpose, just so you know. But you can post, get a group of people together, put them in this, and design your email, and it's easy. They're templated for you. Just need to replace photos, text, and my light likes to go off every now and again. There it goes. And so you can do that. And then the social posts, again, this is a great tool to use. You don't have to pay for it. Again, the only thing you're paying for is the paid ads. Everything else other than the direct mail is free. So social posts is just going to post on your business page. So you can use this to schedule posts. So if you have time today and you want to post something for a listing that's going to go active on Saturday. You can do it now and just schedule it for Saturday. So you can streamline your business page, post something. I know if you're at Cat Partners, Kim talked a couple weeks ago about like a posting schedule. It doesn't always have to be home related or real estate related. It could be motivational quotes. It could be if you're doing a fitness challenge, anything like that. Anything to keep your business page engaging and relevant, because you don't want to post just once a month or just whenever you get listings, just because it gives an impression that you may not be active, or if you don't use it at all or barely at all, and somebody comes across your page, they might not know if you're still licensed, or they may think maybe you don't really do much business. So you don't want them to strive away. I don't know if any of you, probably more Excel than Cat Partners, follow Josh Nungesser on his business page, but he posts stuff all the time, whether it's real estate related or not, and I see it all the time because he posts often, I engage often, and then it's going to be at the top. So that's your goal, is to post as much as you can, valuable content, not just random stuff, but good quotes, good articles, any listings or anything exciting going on in your business, and that'll keep people engaged and keep people at the top of their minds when they need a real estate agent. So any questions that anybody has?
I have two.
Yeah.
One quick one is, what is a channel? Do you know that exactly?
Channel where?
On the Facebook ads at the end where it was $3, $1 per day per channel. Like, what is a channel?
So the channel is impressions, clicks, and leads. So you are charged based for each one of those. So an impression, which I'll go back to so you can see it.
Okay, now I know what they are. I just didn't know what a channel was and how it related.
So like this is a channel, this is a channel, and then this is a channel. And they allow X amount of dollars per day per channel. So that's what that means.
That makes sense. And then I get a little confused on landing page versus URL or landing page. Like you go in and you pick Facebook landing page or the listing landing page, and then it's asking for your URL or landing page. Like, what is exactly the difference? And you may have said it and I missed it. But
that's okay. So a landing page is something that you've created with your agent site. I don't have any, or I would show you, unfortunately. When you're in here, so when you do the lead generation form, it's going to have your call to action button and then your destination URL, or you can choose a landing page from your website if you've created one. So if I click on this, it's going to pull up my pages from my website. And if I want it to be this one, if I want it to be the home page, I'm going to click on that and it's going to put it in there for me. But if
how does that vary from like right above where there's a bubble that says use a site or landing page? Like, what are the difference between those two, using the landing page on both?
So if you choose this option, they are not going to fill out that lead generation form. It'll just take them straight to whatever site or paid landing page you have posted for them. So if you want lead generation information, if you want leads, then you have to use this one.
Yeah, but and I do. But
yeah, so that's the difference. So this one doesn't have that lead gen form. It will just take, if they click on it, it'll just take them straight to that website, whatever website you choose, whether it's a physical URL or if it's one of your pages from your website.
Okay.
I like to do the lead gen form and then put the actual property link in there from my website, or if you created a landing page for that property specifically, I put it in there. Okay. So that way.
When I first started, I started doing a landing page instead of the Facebook, and I wouldn't get but a few leads. And then when I started doing Facebook lead generation, my leads hugely increased. So I know I may not understand it, but I know what works.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like if they filled out that information, they reserve the right to have the details of the property that they clicked on. So that's why I always put that link that I put in there previously, goes straight to that property information on my website. So I feel like from experience, I've gotten a little bit of negative feedback when I just put a regular, like just put this, and they did not like that. They wanted that property information specifically. So I just put that in there, but
So if I put the use Facebook lead generation form, it's going to collect their data, and then the follow-up, when they click on learn more, then it sends them to that page.
So they'll click learn more, they'll fill out the lead gen form, and when they submit the lead gen form, a link will pop up at the bottom, and then when they click on that link, it'll take them to whatever URL you put here.
Okay, so this whole section is really like a 2-step process then?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you think of anything, let me know, and I'll post this video on Capital Partners and Excel's YouTube pages, so you can come back to it if you need to. And yeah, if you think of anything, give me a shout. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.